discuss an introduction to digital marketing. What is digital marketing? To put it simply, digital marketing is the marketing for digital channels. What are digital channels? They are online platforms through which target audience can be reached and converted into loyal customers. So when you think of digital channels, think of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the other social media apps that are there, or email, or even your blogs. All of these constitute digital channels. Now these are the channels through which brands are trying to reach out to potential customers and convert them into loyal consumers. Now you might have this impression that okay, so digital marketing is just about running ads online. Not really. It is how firms choose to interact with their audience in these online channels along their purchase journey. So you might see, for example, a blog post about what kind of running shoes should you buy. No brand is trying to promote themselves at that point in time, although there might be a few promotions available in between, but these kinds of blogs are written more or less for the benefit of the reader who is looking to buy shoes online. That is one form of reaching out to customers. That is also a part of digital marketing strategy for some of the brands out there. So we had discussed the term customer purchase journey. So what is it actually? Now it is a step that users end up taking during the process of making a purchase of a product. Let's say you are interested in buying a mobile phone. You already have a mobile phone. You had some issues with the mobile phone. So what do? You call up the customer care service center. They inform you that the damage is beyond repair. Maybe you'll have to, the cost which it will take to really replace those damaged parts might be more than what you are willing to invest in. So you might think, well, let me just go and buy a new handset, new mobile phone. So what do you do then? You are not just going to go and buy any mobile phone, right? What are you going to do? Next, you are going to look for some online ads, recommendations. Maybe you will reach out to your friends, people who might be more aware of what are the latest gadgets that are out there, or you might want to read some blog posts trying to understand what are the latest handsets and what are the price ranges and which have got the best features in your budget. So this whole process is part of your customer journey. You are now taking different stages where you're looking out for different products, you're doing the search, and you might end up liking a few of the brands, and then you might research online. You might go to a nearby mobile shop and find out what if the product is available or not, and what price is it available at, and then basis all of those comparisons, you might finally end up buying a handset. That you see is the purchase journey. All of those steps which you have taken, which have led to you ending up buying that product, is what is called as customer purchase journey. Now, in this entire process, you ended up meeting different people, right? Different people or different channels. For example, you must have seen some blog post, some review, or you must have spoken to some customer service executive, or you must have spoken to one of your friends, or you must have gone to that shop where you spoke to one of those sales executives. All of these places are called touch points, where you interacted with this medium in your purchase journey. A customer journey map is basically the visualization of all of the steps that you took, all of these touch points that you ended up interacting with during your purchase journey. Now this, as you can see, is an example of how a purchase journey could look like. If we probably assume that you already had a smartphone and it got damaged, so in your first step you reached out to the customer service executive and they informed you that the gadget repairing cost will be so and so, and you don't want it, so you realize, well, you don't want to invest so much, so you go to the next stage, which is where you decide, okay, I'm going to buy a new handset instead of getting it repaired. In your next step, you are now going to probably read some reviews online to understand what is the latest handset, what are the price point at which they are available, and probably you'll also reach out to your friends or well-wishers to understand, okay, which could be a good handset and what kind of handset they had good experience with. Or it might be that you might like some handset basis the online review, but you want to be sure that the reviews are genuine, so you might reach out to a office colleague who might have had that handset in his hand and you have seen it, so you might reach out to them and ask how are they finding out about that product, and then you decide, okay, fine, okay, this is all of those. You then reach out to a retail shop and you find out if the product is available or not and what price is it available. Maybe you'd also do a research online to see if there is any offer going on and if you can get some additional accessories and stuff like that. So all of these different touch points, when they are mapped together, is called a customer journey map. Similar terminology to what a customer journey map is a marketing funnel. A marketing funnel is also a visual representation of the process that a user goes through from knowing about the product, about the brand, to ending up being a loyal customer. Now, it's called a funnel because of the different stages through which the users go through. Now, like shown in the video, you can see that there are 4 stages that we have mentioned, but it varies from brand to brand and how the nomenclature goes, but you can, more often than not, the funnel is steady in this way, which is awareness, wherein you become aware of the existence of a brand for the first time. So for example, when I was wanting to start my running journey, I started researching online for what are some good shoes at the price point at which I was looking. I didn't even know that some of the brands that even existed had reached into the market. Typically, you hear some of the common names which are which you keep seeing ads for. But then when I reached out to some of the more experienced athletes, people who have been in this running journey, marathon race journey, I realized they were referring some names to me which I had never even heard of. That, you see, is the first stage, awareness. I became aware of certain brands which I had no idea of. And then I also looked at their price points. And when I looked at their price points, I eliminated some of those brands because they were either too below what I was looking for or they were too higher than what I was looking for. Now that, you see, is what is called as consideration stage. So now, from being aware of, let's say, 10 different brands, I decided upon, okay, so these 3 or 4 brands are what I'm going to really decide upon. And then I went to the store, I got a feel for the shoe, I spoke to the customer representative out there, I tried those shoes, and then I liked one of those brands. The price point was good. I finally felt good wearing those shoes. That's when I converted. Which is the 3rd stage of the marketing funnel. In this entire customer journey, we are going to go through this marketing funnel, and this is where we reached. Now, what is loyalty? Loyalty is the next stage, where, let's say, now I have purchased the shoe, right? Now let's say after a month or two of usage, the shoes have, let's say, gotten damaged. They are not the soles have gotten damaged, maybe the stitching has come out, and and it's not I have put in significant amount of money in it, and it's not even been 2 months, so I have some issue with it, right? So now I go back to the store, or maybe the online shop, or to the retail store, wherever I purchased it, and then I again I raise my grievance. I tell them that, hey, what is this? How come this got damaged so quickly? Now, basis how the response comes from the brand, from the executive out there, we will realize whether the user becomes a loyal customer, or else they completely switch over to a different brand. Now let's say I get a very positive experience over here. They say, oh, we are very sorry sir, we didn't expect this kind of damage to happen. Well, here's a coupon which we are giving you. You can, if you want, you can replace it, or else you can use this coupon to purchase another pair of shoes. It's your choice. Do you realize how happy as a user I am going to be? I mean, they have gotten a loyal customer for life. Even, let's say, when I want to buy next pair of shoes afterwards, I will again go back to the same brand because I have been given a tremendously positive experience out there. My grievance have been heard. I feel like, yes, they have heard my grievance and they have given me a solution to my satisfaction level. A lot of the times you will find this kind of actions taking place, wherein customers do their purchase and then they move out completely. They never repurchase from the brand again because they don't find the right connect afterwards, despite going through all the stages. And there are various strategies out there to ensure that the customer who has bought from you remains loyal to your brand and everything. We will discuss about that later on. For this initial stage, for the introductory chapter, it's good to understand that the marketing funnel out here, the awareness, consideration, conversion and loyalty, is how a user goes through and how a brand recognizes the stages through which a customer is being taken through, from being aware to being a loyal customer. Now you might wonder, is there any relationship between a marketing funnel and a customer user journey mapping which we saw earlier? Yes, it is there. But the journey map which you saw is from the customer perspective. He or she goes through various touch points, they interact with a lot of them, and then they reach to the stage where they end up purchasing it. The marketing funnel is from the perspective of the brand, where they see the customer going through all these stages. They realize that, okay, so he has become aware of our brand, she's now considering our brand, and she has bought our product, and now we need to make sure that he or she is going to keep buying again and again from us, which happens on the basis of a positive customer experience. So once we can provide that, we will be able to ensure that a customer who has gotten to know about our brand ends up becoming a loyal customer. So what are the advantages of digital marketing? Why not go to the traditional marketing which is out there? The outdoor hoardings, the billboards, the TV advertisements, newspaper ads, radio jingles, all of these are the traditional ways of marketing. Why is it that now we are wanting to discuss about digital marketing? What advantages do digital marketing possess? The first one is greater reach. Through an online ad today, sitting probably in one of the remotest parts of one particular country, let's say India, your ad can reach probably US, to any other part of the world, Africa, Europe, name any country, you can reach there because of the way the digital medium goes. The medium is on the online internet, so your ad could possibly be reaching out to the target segment basis how you want to promote your product. Whereas doing that, so the traditional marketing medium is a very tough task, or else you can even say it's a very costly process. The other advantage is faster results. You can, let's say you run a campaign on social media, right? Let's say you are a traditional handicraft brand based in India, but you want to sell your product, let's say, to European customers or American customers. Via traditional media, you're not sure if your ads are getting communicated there or not. You are going a lot of word of mouth. People might see your ad, might not see your ad. Whereas when you are doing it, let's say on social media, you give the right set of target customers and you make a customer persona and you do this. Within a month of campaign, you will realize that certain audience, it has reached certain audience and they are finding it interesting, and you will have the desired results. You will know whether you are getting the desired results or you are not getting it. So that way you can fine tune your probably your ad spend or your communication or your other forms of, like I said, probably you want to write a better blogs, you want to reach out in different medium, you can do those, but your ability to get this conversion happening will become much more faster. Similarly, your content gets a lot more personalized. Today, thanks to social media and internet penetration, we can very much get to know the details of users at a generic level, not a specific level, but at a generic level. You can target customers, probably, let's say you are running mobile business itself, it's a business. Now you want to target, let's say, more of youngsters. So you want to target users in the age of 15 to 30 who are socially aware, who are technologically savvy. You can get those metrics inserted and you can run campaigns basis that, so that when the ads can reach very much the specific targeted customers. Probably you want to run it within India or maybe within your state, you can actually do that as well. Whereas in the traditional media, it will be very tough. You would have probably run an ad on a TV, but how do you know that whether that user has actually seen it or not? It would become more distributed, more generic. So getting personalized content, being able to see faster results, and being able to reach to a greater amount of audience are some of the benefits of digital marketing.